what's crazy is how expensive going out has gotten. The average drink where I'm at is like $20 to $25 once you put tip in there. So if you're having 4 or 5 drinks, that's well over $100. God forbid you're calling an Uber there and back. I don't know how you're going to financially recover from that.
How much should Americans spend to come to Coachella?
Couple grand.
700?
Oh!
2,000 each. 2,700.
I spent about $200 a day on alcohol. Pretty good deal.
The cost of family vacations now, it is unattainable. It is insane. It's really discouraging when you feel like you work really hard and you make a decent money, but you don't want to spend $10,000 on a family vacation.
If you're an adult in 2026, you've probably started wondering if hard work even pays off anymore. The cost of pretty much everything, both essential and recreational, has skyrocketed. Wages have felt stagnant for years, and people are even getting priced out of hobbies and experiences that they were once able to enjoy. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at some real world examples as to why so many people feel this way right now. So if you enjoy these kinds of conversations, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post new videos like this every week. And with that being said, let's get right into it.
How much should Americans spend to come to Coachella?
Couple grand.
700?
Oh!
2,000 each. 2,700.
Wait, okay. 800 plus 500.
And can you do that math?
1,300.
$800 for our ticket. Bargain.
We all got VIP, so that was 13.
Paid 1,700.
1,700.
Yeah.
Campground was another 1,000.
Americans have got money, man.
Concerts, traveling, hobbies, festivals, and even just outings with friends are things that used to feel super casual. Now they require weeks, if not months of budgeting to justify financially. And Coachella is a great example of this in 2026. What started out as an affordable alternative to expensive live events has slowly turned into the exact thing it was originally created to oppose. These people are talking about rent money on tickets to Coachella for a 3-day festival. $800, $1,200, $1,700, $2,000 just for the ticket. That's not including food, drink, parking, if you want to camp there, the hotel, the travel that it's going to take to get there. This is just the ticket. Keep in mind, in 1999, the average ticket price was $50, $100 for the weekend. And these people are spending thousands for the same event. Obviously, it's grown a lot in size and venue and with the type of artists that they now get to perform. But still, that's crazy insane.
We wouldn't do this in the UK.
We did the layaway plan.
People are putting these tickets on layaway because they cannot afford them outright. For some people, this is their entire month's salary just being spent on a 3-day event. Again, just for the ticket. It starts to add up very quickly.
About $200 a day on alcohol. Pretty good deal.
Going to Coachella is not cheap.
Yeah, it's definitely not cheap. So this is people just talking about the cost of their ticket. Now we're going to take a look at what it actually costs for lodging, booking an Airbnb or a hotel for the event.
Have you ever wondered how much it costs a normal person to go to Coachella? Let's do a little content creator transparency time. I don't know if anyone will be this honest with you, but I will, okay? I need a hotel, right? Because I can't stay in the desert. Hey, how much do you think a 3-night stay is at a hotel? Can we think? I know it's gonna be expensive. It's Coachella season, high traffic. I'm prepared. A
3-day stay shouldn't be any more expensive than $600 to $900, but let's see what she's gonna say.
I go to look up a hotel that I've stayed at before. 3 nights. What's your guess?
I'm gonna go with $600 to $900. Let's see if I'm close.
Hi, $9,000. You got it? Pre-tax. Yeah.
9 bands pre-tax for 3 days. That's $3,000 a day. The accommodations better be on Taj Mahal level. $3,000 for 1 day, $9,000 in total before taxes and fees. Those fees are probably going to push it up to $10K. Let's say an even $10,000 just for a 3-night stay. For a music festival that used to be affordable, that literally was designed to be affordable for the people that couldn't go to Glastonbury in the UK. That's insane. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. What about La Quinta Inn, the little corner La Quinta Inn? Yeah, $6,000. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's better. $2,000 a day. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. That's insane. Who the hell is paying $6,000 for a 3-day stay? That's egregious. That's the greed the Bible will be talking about. And the kicker is it's probably not even worth that. The only reason that they're charging that is because Coachella is such a popular event that everybody wants to go to. They know that they're going to need somewhere to stay if they don't want to stay in the hot desert and under a tent. They're going to charge as much as they can for this single event. And if you really want to go, you're going to cough up the money for it.
That's not counting your flight. That is not counting your food, your transportation, tickets to the festival. Granted, I am doing this last. I thought it would be fun to kind of tell you that, yeah, it's probably going to end up costing me like literally like $12,000 to $15,000 if I that is life-changing amounts of money. I'm not staying at that hotel for $9,000, honey. I'm not. $9,000? That's like 3 months worth of rent. I'm a Goda humble queen and I refuse to spend that. But I'm going to find a way to do it like reasonably because I'm not spending $9,000 on 3 nights. 3 nights, that's 36 hours. 36 hours, $9,000. Hey, that's crazy to me.
And the craziest thing about this is that she might not be willing to spend that, but I guarantee you somebody probably is going to scoop that up, and the cycle just continues. They're going to charge that if somebody's going to pay for it. They're just going to keep getting away with it. And for the average person, even if they work their ass off, there's no way dropping $9,000 on 3 days is reasonable for anybody. That's a luxury expense. And I love music festivals. I've been to many myself. I've gone to Rolling Loud. I've gone to Gov Ball in New York. I've gone to Camp Flog Gnaw in LA. I love a good music festival. But there's no way in hell that if I was even making money like that I would spend $9,000 just on accommodations. You work way too hard for your money to just give it away, just throw it away on a 3-day experience like that. Again, coming from a person that loves going to music festivals and that will spend money at music festivals, that's too much. Yet it's become normal. Taking a look at the comments. Mind you, Coachella started as a low price event to protest against high cost events. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. My card declined for a $2.99 drink today. How are people affording Coachella? They're not. They're going into severe debt for it, taking out loans, Klarna, layaway plans. They're in severe debt, putting it on credit cards just to be able to say that they were there and take a picture by the Ferris wheel. That's all people go to the event for now. Is to show off their outfit that they brought to the event and take a picture for social media. Nobody actually goes to enjoy the music anymore. But hey, it's your money. Do what you want. Another person, it's an influencer event at this point. 164,000 likes. The amount of people that you see making content at these events, and I don't blame them because realistically, they spend so much money on the event, they got to make it back. And it becomes well, now I have to grind all these videos and do all these brand promotions because I spent so much money and I got to recoup the costs. And that's just kind of the cost of being an influencer these days, is you got to spend money to make money. That's crazy. This person, that's tuition, babes, but that's also Justin Bieber. I'd take out a loan, LMAO. Taking out a loan for a 3-day event. Oh, people have lost the plot. And then just a ton of other comments just being like, that's not worth it. This is crazy. I would never spend that much money. And why would you? I mean, at this point, you work so hard for your money in 2026. Like she said, that's 3 months of rent for most people. It definitely is here in New Jersey for a 1-bedroom. This is disheartening because I would love to go to Coachella, but looking at this and seeing how hard I work for my money, I would never. This is insane. Crazy thing is it goes even deeper than this because this next video blows this one out of the water.
How much does it cost to go to Coachella with receipts? So obviously I am not a brand friendly influencer, so I had to pay for Coachella all on my own.
She does corn, basically, on OnlyFans. So brands aren't going to pay to fly her out. Just for those of you guys that didn't know watching.
And I'm going to Coachella with the entire Bop House, the assistants and stylists.
The Bop House is the house of creators that do the exact same thing that she does.
So I had to get 12 tickets. We got 12 artist passes and a table at the main stage, and it ended up being $67,980.
67 grand. That's more than some entry-level jobs pay. 67 grand. Admittedly, that is for 12 people. I'm going to save you time and do the math. That's almost $5,600. $5,600 for each person just for the ticket, but it gets worse.
You guys know me, so obviously I booked a private jet, and a round trip to Coachella Valley cost me $37,490.
A round trip flight, almost another 40 grand. Again, that's a private jet. Most people aren't going to be using private jets to get to Coachella. Most normal people, at least. 40 grand for a private jet to Coachella.
We originally had an Airbnb booked way in advance for $29,000, but they canceled on us 3 days before the event. So we had to book another Airbnb, and that total was $83,375.
The Airbnb is more expensive than the tickets. Another $7,000 almost per person. You can start to see how this isn't an event for regular people anymore.
And as I said prior, I got a stylist, and all of the clothes that she got me ended up totaling to be $5,000. So the total...
Okay, relative to everything else that she spent, 5 grand isn't crazy. It's still insane. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not crazy. I'm just saying relative to what she spent on the tickets, the accommodations, and the private jet, 5 grand is just such a small portion of that.
Cost for 3 days at Coachella is $192,845.86.
She spent 200 grand. 200 grand on a 3-day weekend to Coachella. We've been priced out. That's it. This is an influencer event. This is for people that make millions of dollars a year. This is for people that can drop 200K. I'm not even blink twice. Taking a look at the comments. My ex paid for you to go to Coachella. Hell yeah. I'm watching from District 12. This is some Hunger Games shit. I mean, this is so dystopian. Like, the rest of us are barely able to keep up with the rising costs of gas, electricity, rent, yet she's spending $200,000 for 3 days in a desert. You gotta love it. You gotta love the inequality here. $190,000 would completely change my life, by the way. Same. Meanwhile, people are struggling to afford groceries. Yeah. We talked about that in my last video. Groceries are crazy right now, yet this influencer is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. Back in 2017 to 2018, and within a 6-month time span, I was able to go to Rolling Loud, able to see Ski Mask the Slump God, ASAP Rocky and the entire ASAP mob, Tyler the Creator, and Travis Scott, all within a 6-month period, and I was able to comfortably afford that. Now, one of those tickets could easily cost $300 to $400 per event, and $300 to $400 is what I paid for a 3-day Rolling Loud event. To see some of the most popular artists of the year. Young Thug, Lil Uzi, Denzel Curry, just to name a few. I noticed this even back in 2024. I went to Camp Flog Gnaw. It's a festival I've always wanted to go to literally since the inception of it. I'm a big Tyler the Creator fan, so it costed me $1,400, not including the parking pass, which was another $65. And that was for 2 tickets. Nowhere near what these people are paying for Coachella. And it's not just for music events either. I went to a Rangers hockey game at MSG for my birthday a couple weeks ago. It wasn't a playoff game, just a regular season game. The tickets were reasonably priced. The concessions were crazy. This is a screenshot of what I paid at concessions. This is for about 2 to 3 alcoholic drinks, a bag of popcorn, and 2 hot dogs. I spent more on the concessions than I did on the ticket. And again, this doesn't include the travel cost that it took me to get there, the train. I ended up spending almost $300 for this event. The Rangers did end up winning, so there's that. But some people don't even make $300 in a day, and spending that on a 2 to 3 hour event is insane. Costs for live events have just completely spiraled out of control, and it has a lot of people feeling like their hard work isn't paying off because they're just not getting what they used to at these live events.
You know what's crazy is how expensive going out has gotten, and the fact that Gen Z is like, we're just not doing it anymore. We're not doing it because I would say, at least in the city that I'm in, it costs at least $100 to $150 if you want to have a night out with your friends. The average drink where I'm at is like $20 to $25 once you put tip in there. So if you're having 4 or 5 drinks, that's well over $100. And then God forbid you're calling an Uber. God forbid you're calling an Uber there and back. I don't know how you're going to financially recover from that.
And tipping culture has gone out of control. Literally everyone's asking for a tip now. The Uber driver needs a tip. The bartender needs a tip. So you're not just paying for the cost of the item, you're paying for service everywhere you go, which turns what should have been a $50 night into a $200 night. Boom, gone on a couple drinks, an appetizer, and a ride home.
And it's just crazy because the other thing I'm seeing is the pre. I have never pre'd more in my life than these past few months, and that is including when I went to university. No one is going out these days unless we're preing at someone's house. It's literally just not happening. I'm not going out unless I'm going to my friend's place, having 99% of the night there, to be honest, and then sneaking out for 1 or 2 cheeky drinks at the end of the night.
A vodka Red Bull at a live event costs $26. I'm going to go get it around the corner where it's reasonably priced at least. Drink that before I come in, maybe have a drink or 2, get sauce, and get out of here. That's the smart way to do it.
And you know what the sad part is too? Nowhere is busy. That's the crazy part.
$20 to $25 drinks, that's a steal. I don't understand why people aren't rushing in and buying all the alcohol. Come on.
You go to these places that are charging $20 to $25 a drink. Every single one of my top 10 favorite bars, favorite clubs, favorite restaurants that I've gone to in the city that I'm in the past few months has not been nearly close to jam-packed. Not what I remembered it on like a Tuesday night 5 years ago. And it's just crazy because we keep seeing all these articles about Gen Z being the most sober generation. It has nothing to do with us being good people. I ask any of my friends, we're not going out because we're in relationships. We're not going out because we're getting older. We're just not going out because we don't want to spend $500 and take out a line of credit to go out.
And it's not just that. It's coupled with the fact that we're not making enough money and drinking's not good for you. We can't afford healthcare. So why would we actively participate in poisoning ourselves if we can't even afford to take care of ourselves after the fact? So we're staying at home. We're choosing not to participate and the industry's dying. Not to mention tipping 18% minimum is now expected. It used to be like 10. 10 was like the standard. Now it's like 20. I feel like 18's modest. I feel like it's like 20 now. And when you're at the pre, you're like, do we even want to leave? Exactly, because you're getting sauced already. You already are at a location. Why would you leave to go get sauced for more money? It just doesn't make sense. $300 minimum if you want to go out to dinner too. A nice dinner used to be like $100, pushing like maybe just over $100. $300 now minimum. Back in 2012, my night out with friends would be tops $30 in Toronto. $30 on a night out. $30 is usually the entrance fee anywhere and an appetizer. Don't forget the entry fee.
Excuse me, but the cost of family vacations now, it is unattainable. It is insane. We just took a trip, family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, without like a ton of activities, not international flights, like stayed at like a nice resort, even used credit card points for the majority of our resort stay, and it was still close to like $8,000-9,000 for 5 days. What is happening? Like we used to be able to take a vacation as a family of 4 and not have to take money out of savings. It sucks. And yes, I know these are first world problems.
Dropping 5 figures on a vacation that you didn't leave the country for is wild. Like no international flight or anything. You stayed in country and you paid 5 figures.
But it's really discouraging when you feel like you work really hard and you make a decent money, but you don't want to spend $10,000 on a family vacation. The cost of everything is going up, but our salaries and paychecks are not going up with the cost of living. Make that make sense.
And how many of us feel this way? You work hard all year, you don't take any PTO, you want to take one vacation a year, and this is what you're met with. And you sit wondering whether or not you've made a financially irresponsible decision when you haven't gone on vacation all year. And you just want to take that 1 week where it's like 4 or 5 days to enjoy with your family, and it costs you a down payment on a car. When did vacations become this expensive? And taking a look at the comments, Disney World costs $10K. I'm sure you've probably come across so many videos online of these Disney adults putting themselves in generational debt trying to go to Disney World. And let me tell you right now, as a person that went to Disney World, Florida, as an adult, not worth it. Overrated. Happiest place on earth is like the biggest merch shop you've ever been to. It's just everywhere you go, they're trying to sell you some kind of Disney merch. And people are taking out loans, credit card debt with insane APR, paying it off over years for one vacation. You paid it though. As long as people are still going, the price will only rise. At a certain point, you got to put your foot down. Say enough is enough. Another person, we went to Hawaii for 10 days with 6 people, and what a cost. You could have bought a nice house in the 80s. Those people probably spent tens of thousands of dollars to go to Hawaii. The price for domestic flights are out of control. Agreed. And guess what? The most affordable airline, Spirit Airlines, well, they're out of business now. So there's really no economic choice anymore when it comes to flying domestically. I turned 28 this year, and I've never been to Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican. I wanted to go to Puerto Rico for my birthday. $600 for a round flight trip to Puerto Rico. It's a 3-hour flight from New Jersey. $600. I had the money, and I could have done it, but I decided not financially responsible considering what's going on in 2026. And I've never been. And the fact that I can't even visit where my heritage is from because flights are just insane, it's disheartening. And I work hard, and it makes me feel like, what am I working hard for if I can't even afford to go to the motherland? Breaks my heart.
They are trying to price you out of travel, and as things continue to go poorly here in the US, you cannot leave because they are pricing you out of travel. Whether it is by design or an unintended consequence of the ongoing war with Iran, Spirit Airlines has closed. Overnight, thousands of people got an email saying that they had no job this morning, and thousands of people who were on their way to the airport got an email saying, don't come, there are no planes and no one there to rebook you. Not only are we all going to carry the cost of Spirit Airlines closing because ticket prices are about to go up because a major competitor just dropped out, one that was affordable for so many people, but it is a major sign that our economy is tanking in a way a lot of us did not previously consider. And as much as people are joking about how terrible Spirit Airlines was and how wonderful it is that it closed, even though thousands of people have lost their job, a major affordable airline for so many people is gone. These people include Black and brown bodies who need an economically affordable ticket to travel. They're gone. Rising gas prices not only means that you now can barely afford to fill up your car, you can't afford a plane ticket either. And not only does that mean no more vacations or fun trips or visiting your friend who just had a baby, it also means that as things continue to go poorly, you can't go anywhere. So y'all can keep cracking your jokes about how terrible Spirit Airlines was, even though they've never had a crash before. But this is a major red flag for everyone. And we will all be feeling the brunt of this for a long time.
Airlines are even going out of business, which only means that your travel, vacations, or trips that you want to take are only going to get more expensive, which means you're going to be spending even more money that you don't have.
You know what I don't understand when I hear people say, like, I can't take vacation this year, like, I can't afford it. Like, credit cards exist. Take out an Amex card, put it on the credit card, and just pay it off. Like, the bank is literally giving you free money. So book that Italy, Europe vacation. Like, there you go. That's a hack.
Please do not listen to this lady. This is a horrible take. This is how you end up on financial audit. She does not care about the repercussions clearly for herself, and she could care even less about the repercussions that you would experience taking her advice. The reality is this isn't getting any better in 2026, and the only thing that we can really do is try to save as much money as we can and take advantage of whatever free activities you have in and around your area. And that's all I got for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below to let me know what hobby or activity you used to enjoy that you've simply been priced out of. It can be really cathartic to let your thoughts out in the comments. Let me know if you guys are interested in me featuring some of the comments that I receive on my videos. I know that would help a lot of people feel heard and acknowledged, and it's something that I would love to do to build community and incorporate you guys into my videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with someone that you think might enjoy it or might relate in some way. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.